Hey, thanks for joining us. Open for Business 100.7 LEV with Selena and Crockett, learning about the businesses right here in the Lehigh Valley. And we're learning about making it seamless. I think that's the catch right there, the phrase
Because
to
when you
go
think
with.
seamless, you think Selena and
Seamless.
Crockett, right?
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
no. We're going to the experts for
Oh,
that,
okay, good.
Crockett. And we're talking with the founder of Revcarto, Jason Bramble. Good morning, Jason. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, guys. I appreciate you having me on and the opportunity.
Yeah.
Excellent. So you can find them at 532 Hamilton Street in Allentown. The first obvious question for you, Jason, what is Revcarto?
Yeah, so I'll give you kind of a 30,000-foot overview here. So that starting with the name, I guess a lot of people look at that and we get weird looks, but the name is a conjunction of revenue and cartographer, so map maker. So our goal was we work with small to mid-sized businesses. So we look at it as we need to, business is complicated, right? So we want to simplify everything. And the way that we do that is by, regardless of what resources you have, we're going to create the map to help you get there. Some companies may only be using a scooter. Other companies might have a jet, right? So either way, we have to create that map to get there. But in terms of just our overall services and how we are, I guess, identified, we're a revenue operations and enablement firm. So what that is just think of the traditional marketing agency in terms of services, like, content, running ads, anything that creates demand for and builds a brand. And we infuse that with the operations and enablement aspect. So we set up companies, systems, processes, their CRMs, really aligning their team, their people, their strategy, their tools and data, all their tech stacks and everything, right? Really to just make sure that they have a seamless buyer journey, like you said, internally for their team and externally for the buyer.
It's everything. So a company comes to you and then you're like, okay, I'm going to help. You're basically helping them run everything smoothly within and to also get customers too.
Yeah. So our three pillars are obviously marketing with the focus of demand generation. So anything that, at the end of the day, all these people have these fancy terms, but it's who's your client? Let's use data to find that. And then we're going to go see where they are, those individuals are, and we're going to get in front of them. So we help with that, like I said, the operations. So we really take a full deep dive into the entire business when we start. And I think that's kind of what separates us, or that's the reason I started this company, because I worked with other agencies and things like that in the past. And it was a lot of just, vanity things. And we wanted to really help companies. And the only way to do that is to really understand everything about the business. So we help across the whole funnel.
So I'm particularly interested. You mentioned small to mid-sized businesses. I feel like for a small business, especially when you're first getting started out, where you decide to put your money in building your business is a really big decision.
100%.
So obviously you're there to help. What is it about your business, for a small business in particular, that would meet with you, would say, wow, this is the direction that I think I need to go to push things along?
Absolutely. So going back to the name, I guess, with the whole revenue map maker aspect, right? Before we start any engagement with a client, we're not just jumping in and we're just throwing money anywhere, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm a founder too. So I know, you could give me $100 million, I'm going to bootstrap my way to something, right? I'm going to use the least amount of money as I can. But I guess, the short answer of that is we're going to take a deep dive into everything across your business. That's the situation, what your funding is, what your team looks like, what obviously your market and your product and things like that. And we're going to build that map with those resources that we are provided that fit in, then it's not going to hurt you at the end of the day, right? So I think that's where we separate ourselves, is because the other individuals that they would be going to help do those aspects are really focused on one component, and they don't have a full, we're very revenue based, right? We're going to be going into with reverse engineering your revenue. Like, what is your runway, right? Like, founders have a runway of time. You're chasing your dream, right? At the end of the day, it's the scariest thing in the world. Looking at like a small business, and you have a runway, and you got to meet that runway. You have to start getting things in. So we're looking at all those factors to help you really grow across everything.
And is that everything? Is it the whole shebang? Because we're talking revenue. Are you also talking about branding? It's not just the financial aspects. It's also about getting the name out.
Yeah. So the way that I look at it as, because everyone asks what industries we work with and things, but we really work with the small to mid-sized market. And I like to simplify it as we have specific industries, but we're really diagnostic, because at the end of the day, I relate it to a football team. So a football team has offense, special teams, and defense, right? For the most part, if you're a bad team, you have one or two of those is probably not a great part of your team, right? There's always a weak link, right? Companies are the same thing. So you look at it and we just simplify it. We go, you have to create demand, convert demand, and then you have to understand how to optimize your customer lifetime value and retain clients. So we focus on like you were saying, the demand aspect of that is we handle anything that in that specific niche would drive demand. So that's across like content creation, SEO, ads, anything like that, building the brand. And then, obviously once things come in, the convert and the operational aspect of it with the, finances. So everything, full funnel, I guess.
Yeah.
He's
it's
talking
great to have those
football,
resources.
Selena. He's after my
I
own
got it.
heart. He's talking football. All right. He is Jason Bramble. He is the founder of Revcarto, revcarto.com to get more information. 532 Hamilton Street in Allentown, but I know you're in the Lehigh Valley. You're down in Philly. You're kind of all over the place, right?
Yeah. I mean, we originated in Center City, Philly. I'm from Philly, but I've lived in the Lehigh Valley now for 7 years. So yeah, right next to Tacos Tequila, downtown Allentown. We are.
Nice.
Tacos, tequila, and football. What else do you need?
Hey, we take our clients there. So I mean, if you guys like that, we can go there.
There you go. Jason, well, thank you for your time. It is 100.7 LEVs open for business. Revcarto with Jason Bramble. Visit revcarto.com. Jason, we appreciate your time this morning, buddy.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.